before I even give out my overall review between Spain and Turkey, I want to give Pedri and Lamine Yamal their own space and speak about these two players first, because I believe that Pedri and Yamal, they are exceptional. They are the exceptionals, the best in their positions. And I think that when you take Pedri and Yamal out of FC Barcelona, you get a very different Barcelona. When you take Pedri and Yamal out of the Spanish national team, you get a very different Spanish national team. A team that I believe will not even be good enough for Luis de la Fuente to keep his job. Luis de la Fuente knows that he needs Yamal and Pedri. I know that we have been talking about how exceptional Gavi, Balde, Kubarsi, Koundé, Huijsen, Ferran Torres, and all of these youngsters are. They are all great, but I believe that Pedri and Yamal are at a different level. Like, Spain needs these two players to be exceptional. Barcelona needs these two players to be exceptional. They are in the S tier, and this game against Turkey showed exactly why. Let's talk about Pedri first, because Pedri isn't just playing well. He's been playing in his natural habitat, I would say. I think that Pedri is truly in a position where he can say, this is where I want to be for the next 15 years. We saw in the first 3 to 4 years that Pedri was shifted as a pure number 10, as a right central defensive midfielder, as a left winger, sometimes even as a false 9, but now Pedri is a true 6. That is where he does belong, and he has been exceptional in that position. He reigns supreme. He is a left interior, and because of Fabian Ruiz and his absence for this match against Turkey, Luis de la Fuente has found something special. He has found something new. Pedri does deserve to play where Fabian Ruiz does play at. Pedri is not a number 10, and that is where he was playing at before for de la Fuente's Spanish national team in the past year and a half. But Pedri has found a new level as a 6, playing next to Zubimendi. He has orchestrated the game with total command. And here's the thing, right? And I want us to really pay attention to this. You know what unlocked him even more in this game is the fact that he played next to a real winger, a winger that actually creates a lot of threat. Nico Williams was the winger for tonight on the left side, and because Nico Williams was so dangerous, the defense of Turkey had to really take care of Nico Williams, which allowed more space for Pedri to flourish and to go into. This is exactly what we need at FC Barcelona, is a left winger who is very dangerous, who is constantly always on the ball taking on defenders, because that would allow for the opposition to like submit 2 or 3 defenders on our left winger if he's dangerous, and then it allows for Pedri to go into the center, find those open spaces, and score a goal, just like how he scored that goal from outside the box yet again. Pedri is much more daring. You give him the space, you give him the tools, and Pedri will do the job for you. And the fact that we have not seen that at FC Barcelona yet goes to show that Barcelona do not have a true dangerous left winger yet. Luckily, there is one outlet at Barcelona, and that is through Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal does stretch the pitch wide, dragging defenders. Pedri loves to influence the game through that way, but how glorious would it be if Barcelona would have the capacity to say, we have a great left winger and a great right winger, and the spaces for Pedri and maybe even for Dani Olmo will be unlimited. And once again, we saw this in this match. Pedri was amazing. His presence in the final third, you felt it. And speaking about Lamine Yamal was also exceptional. I don't know if you guys have caught that one play where he took down like 6 players, and the only thing that he had to do was to be composed and be clinical in front of goal and shoot the ball into the top left corner or the top right corner, and it would have been probably the goal of the year. But all in all, even though he did not score that goal and he took down like 6 men, I'm like, dude, like, this is Messi. I'm sorry to say, guys, but this is Messi. I was outstanded with the way Yamal embraced Turkey. Arda Güler had no answers, no response to this. He's like, oh my god, bro, like, this is the GOAT. Like, this is the guy. Like, I know that I try to up myself at Real Madrid with the Turkish national team, but Yamal is just a whole other different level. This is the reason why Arda Güler got mad. You know, you guys know that, right? Like, Arda Güler got mad in the middle of the game pushing Yamal, because Yamal told Arda Güler that he was waiting for Arda Güler to do something, that he promised us a competitive match, and Arda Güler had no answers to that. I know that I might be trolling, but whatever. There's levels to this game, bro. Like, Yamal was just exceptional on the right side. There were moments where, and I would even say maybe multiple moments where Yamal was going at half speed, like not even going on a full sprint, but still, even going at half speed, he logged in 8 out of 10 successful dribbles, pulled off passes that nobody else ever saw, created plays that forced Turkey to abandon their defensive shape. I really do think that what makes Yamal so much better now than how it was about a year and a half ago is he is much more physically ready. He's stronger, he's faster, and he can manipulate the defenders and not just beat them. Like, he makes them think that he's gonna do this, but he does the other thing. And I cannot wait until we get to that moment in Yamal's career where he is a scoring regular, meaning that he can score at least 1 goal per 90 minutes. We know that he can create. Even Yamal has stated that he likes to create, he loves to assist, and he knows that he needs to improve in goals. And I believe that is where his next game plan is going to be at. It is, how can you improve your goal scoring form? Because once Yamal has that, he will be unbeatable. And so this is going to be my conclusion for these two players. Pedri is, and I mean like is, ascending towards his final form. He is a dominant playmaker in the attacking third. You cannot beat him. If he's healthy, you will not beat him. With Lamine Yamal, he is redefining what an 18-year-old left winger could do at his level. Somebody who is becoming one of the best players in the world before he even turns 20 years old. And the only thing that he is missing is the goal scoring capabilities to be clinical. That is going to be something to watch out for. So stepping away from that, let's talk about the Spain versus Turkey match. Spain won Turkey 6-0. It was a tactical masterclass. Spain have once again showed why they're European champions. They tore up Turkey with elite counterattacking displays. They have outclassed Turkey in every way. Pedri scored 2 goals. Merino scored 3 goals. He got a hat-trick, and Ferran scored 1 goal on the 53rd minute. With this win, Spain have gotten 6 points from 2 matches. With Turkey, it is their first loss, and they have been exposed in transitions. Spain's game plan was very clear. It was quick transitions off of Turkey's failed high press. Turkey did try to force mistakes from Spain's defensive line, which was Poto, Lenormand, Huijsen, and Cucurella, but they had answers. They could get out from their defensive third very easily. They only allowed for Turkey to have like 12 touches, and that was basically it. The midfield that controlled everything, it was between Zubimendi and Pedri, and it really does make me wonder what would have happened if Barcelona had the financial capability to sign the players that they have wanted over the past 2.5 years. Yes, Zubimendi would have been a Barcelona player today. Nico Williams would have also been a Barcelona player today. Like if you really think about it, this whole freaking starting 11 could have been ours. With Yamal, with Merino, with Zubimendi, with Pedri, with Nico Williams, even with Huijsen, by the way. The possession between Spain and Turkey was equal. They both had 50%, but Spain's expected goal rate was 2.76. Total shots for Spain was 21, while Turkey was 11. Shots on target for Spain, 12, while Turkey had a total of 2. Big chances for Spain was a total of 10, and Turkey only had 0. That is nothing. And it's crazy to me, right, to look at the Spanish national team and say, like, these midfielders, like Merino, like Pedri, they know how to score goals. They know how to provide a lot of actual stats on paper, which is something that I hope FC Barcelona also unlocks in the future. And the reason why I really do think that Spain have this capability of having players like Fabian Ruiz score goals in some games, Merino score a hat-trick against Turkey, or Pedri to score 2 goals, or for Rodri to also find those occasions to score goals, it is because of their wingers, because they open spaces through the midfield. Barcelona need that. I hope that Hansi Flick is looking at this and saying that I can borrow a piece of this formula and bring it to this club. That way we could see Casado, Bernal, Fermin Lopez, Pedri, Gavi, Frankie all score many more goals than ever before. Unai Simon, the goalkeeper for Spain, for me was a 7 out of 10. He had 2 saves and very clean distribution on the ball with an 88%. Lenormand, a center back, 7 clearances and a pass accuracy of 96%. With Dean Huijsen, I would give him a 7 out of 10, just like the goalkeeper. He made his debut for the World Cup Qualifiers, 100% dual success rate, and a lot of solid blocks. With Lamine Yamal, a 9 out of 10, 2 assists, 8 dribbles, and was electric. With Pedri, 9.5 out of 10, 2 goals, 91% pass accuracy with elite vision. With Zubimendi, an 8 out of 10, 94% pass accuracy, and anchored the midfield. With Merino, he was a 10, the hat-trick hero, the one who scores a lot of goals, flawless in terms of box-to-box. With Mikel, the center forward, 3 assists, very selfless, always looking to see how he can support the attack, very smart. I give him a 9 out of 10. Nico Williams, I would just say maybe an 8 to a 7.5 out of 10, 1 assist, but he was injured on the 44th minute. Ferran Torres came in as a sub. I give him an 8 out of 10, scored the 4th goal, very sharp movements. He really did okay. So I do see a team that has elite efficiency, great chemistry, great execution, and if they continue down this path with this generational midfield trio of Yamal, Pedri, Merino, Zubimendi, they can do great things and go to the World Cup of 2026 with a great start. That is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.